3, 2, 1, go.
Were you flipping somebody off yesterday?
On Shark Tales?
Yeah, the guy that takes and sits
Oh,
with
yeah.
a cherry picker.
Oh,
I'm not allowed to say his name because Sean gets mad at me, and he's already been mad at me once this weekend because of his food. I think that ignited your fury for your hard charge tonight.
Yeah.
Your cold food.
We talked
last
about
night.
seeing red.
That was
when
your
you race. I was seeing
You
red.
want your hot
I
baked
was
ziti.
so big who?
Baked ziti?
Yeah, good job.
Yeah,
It's
you called
spaghetti.
it spaghetti.
It's spaghetti.
It's
It's
not
fucking
spaghetti.
noodles and
Spaghetti.
cheese. It's fucking
NA
spaghetti.
noodles.
Have you
And
ever
then
had...
mozzarella cheese on top. That's not spaghetti.
So that's macaroni and cheese.
No.
Hey, it's
Sandwich.
pasta and cheese. It's all the same.
It is not all the same.
So tonight
Patty
is
is not Italian.
I actually, you know what I am? I'm Irish and Dutch, and I don't amount to much. So tonight was supposed to be night 2 of the Patterson weekend, but we rained out last night, and so we all just showed up and raced tonight.
Yeah. 24 360s, 19 410s. And like 6 of the legend
No
cars
B
or
mains. I'm a big advocate of no B mains. I love no B
so.
mains.
I know. We just got
Sometimes
back.
you need them, to maybe weed out some people
guys,
that
yeah.
don't need to be in the main, but.
I think the leader got taken out by a lapper.
Yeah, I bet Sanders wants a... No, not Sanders. TK.
Yep.
TK probably wants a B main tonight, huh?
No, I think he didn't
Sanders
get taken
was
out
the
by a
one-
lapper.
no, he
he
just
had a flat tire, but Sanders in the
Sanders got
360
taken out by
got
a-
taken
Oh,
out
that's
by a
what it
lapper.
was. So,
Yeah.
too many cars, too many... I'm all confused. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so Sanders got taken out with 2 to go by a lapper?
It was more than
No.
that.
Yeah,
7 to go?
it might have been like close to 10. Yeah, because we went single file after
Okay.
that.
I want to know. I was in the pits looking at my bent-up piece of shit race car.
Could you hear anything on your receiver?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. You know what I hate the most is when you don't hear anything, and then all of a sudden everybody's getting lined up. Did you hear them tell us to get lined up?
So, I could hear in the very quarter of the race maybe, and then all of a sudden it sounded like Darth Vader was mumbled. It was like I couldn't hear anything. I knew my battery might have been dying, so I had a spare battery in.
What?
The second
You have a spare battery in your fire suit?
in my pocket. We have pockets in our fire suits. So
What happens if you crash? That battery might poke your tit. You could pierce your tit with the battery.
Where
It's
are
in
your
his
pockets?
pocket.
It's in your
you're
side pockets.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
I was thinking I guess that's the old henchman's had pockets here.
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
Old school fire suits. Well,
You-
how do you
you
get
think
how do you get a battery out of your pocket down there?
Well, we had our second red flag, and that you were involved in, and I'm like, well, there's 5 cars there. I might as well unbuckle. So I chucked my battery out. I said that one's dead. I get
Caused TK to get a flat tire in the NARC race.
that was the battery.
that was a 410 race.
Yeah, but he ran over
he
your
ran
battery.
over your battery.
And popped his tire.
Yeah. Battery.
They said it looked awfully like a battery cut.
Tire.
Go ahead, finish your story. I'm really intrigued by this.
Yeah,
How do you
so-
tighten your belts back up?
No, I got a ratchet.
Oh, they
strap.
leave the ratchet in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, my ratchet gets removed.
Yeah, you need. That's not how you do
Wait,
it.
it's extra weight. Those ratchets fall out all the time too. They're always on
Weren't
the
you
racetrack.
close on weight all year long?
Oh, we're always underweight, but they don't care.
Yeah, that's how you roll. That's how you won a championship. You just cheated
Called
your
favoritism.
way. Yeah. Congratulations.
Ask Grandma Dick Harris. I kid because I care, Grandma.
Yeah, well, anyways, I
Finish your
changed
story.
batteries, and then still it was like mumbled, so...
Okay, so
Were you pissed though that you threw the battery
Yes, I
out
was.
after?
No, I knew it was almost dead anyway.
here's how do you know it's almost dead? Is there a reading on the?
So
Sticks his tongue on it.
No, yeah, stick my tongue on it. No, I do have a different receiver. It's like a Bumblebee something. Like the channels are all different, and it's hard to get to the right channel every single time. But that one has always been clear. And our receivers, like sometimes they'll just like stop working, right? And then you got to buy another $100 receiver. It's annoying.
Yeah, that hope it works.
Right.
Okay, so my receiver story started off in packing. I'm hearing nothing, and then I hear Darren, who drives the the fire UTV. He wanted someone to get out of gear. Get out of gear, get out of gear. So I'm like, okay, I hear him. Why? And I'm going by Ed and Dan. I'm pointing on my ear, and I could see them go, test, 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 and I'm not hearing nothing.
I didn't hear any of that.
Well, me and
That's 'cause
the
your battery was there.
fireman were both on the wrong channel, so that's the reason why I could hear him. He was on the wrong channel. I was on the wrong channel. So then I got on the right channel, and then in the main event, I heard Scott say he was trying to get 2 cars to speed up a little bit to make room so they could hot lap. I heard that. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, the receiver's working great. And then all of a sudden, everybody gets lined up. I never heard line up. And then all of a sudden, I hear go 4 wide. So I'm like, why do I hear some things and I don't hear other things?
No, this feels like the old grandpa. Like, what's wrong with my phone? Why can't I get my calls? Like, why can't I call anybody? Like, it should be pretty simple.
Do we need the newer receivers? Because I know you and I have the original, the little yellow one.
Oh, there's a newer
Oh, there's
one?
some fancier ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe that's our
I've
problem.
got one, and it doesn't
I
fit
didn't
on my.
even know.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. It doesn't fit it. I put mine on my helmet right here in the little clipper, so it doesn't fit in that. So that's really why I haven't used that one.
K1, I guess you don't wear K1s anymore. Like, they have like pockets in the inside that you can put it in.
Yeah.
Does it fit in that? Because the K1 suits don't fit you. So does the receiver fit inside
The receiver
pocket?
fits fine.
That's the only.
The rest
thing
of
that
the
fits
suit
fine.
doesn't fit, but yeah.
Okay, let's get on with it. The track.
Good night. Oh, get on with the racing?
The track. The racetrack.
Yes.
Way different than April. Way different.
Was it?
I thought so.
Way different?
Man, it was a fucking hot mess in April.
Okay, yeah, it was peeling apart. Yes, you're right.
And
But-
the shape was kind of wonky wonk. Now it at least has
Wonky wonk.
standard shape.
Yeah.
Banking, maybe like we talked, maybe not quite enough banking in 3 and 4.
Still not really.
But
But
go ahead.
yeah, 3 and 4 is shaped weird because and nobody can really run the bottom. Like, you kind of gum down there and it just drifts you
square
up
up to the wall, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, and I thought my steering was broken hot laps. And a lot of people were kind of pushing a little bit. Maybe
It was
a
snotty.
little greasy.
Yeah, it was wet, greasy.
Well, I was pushing bad. Then I'd get to the straightaway, get on the gas again, and it would still almost hit the wall. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I felt out to lunch. Yeah, we freed it way up for qualifying. It was better, but I was still way too tight. But the shape of it is just, something's off about it. I don't know.
It's different. It's not like a traditional oval track. It's like we need to look at an aerial view of the track to see what's going on. But I felt it was fun to me in the heat race, and I thought it was fun in the main event, even though we were a little too
Heat
tired.
races were not fun. They were probably later.
Well, yeah, but I
Once the
mean,
start went.
As fucked up as the racing groove was the first 2 times we raced here, it was at least nice to go out and make some laps that were at speed, and I wasn't wondering which direction the car was going to go every freaking 20 feet.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll give you that.
Come on, I'm normally the negative one. Well, you're being negative.
No,
Still mad about dinner.
Are you still mad about dinner last night?
you can't eat cold dinner. It's not good.
Did you ever eat cold pizza growing up? Like right out, the next morning?
No, a lot of people will just put their pizza in the refrigerator the next day and just eat it straight out of there.
Yeah.
That's not good. Don't do that. And now we got air fryers, so
that
they
shit
heat
takes
up
forever.
perfect.
Takes
No,
forever.
those are super quick.
No. You know what's quicker? Right out of the refrigerator. Okay, so in the main event, we both started in row 6 together. Wasn't
Yeah.
that cute?
It was
Oh.
cute. You didn't even look over and give me thumbs up or anything.
I don't do that shit.
I didn't look over either.
Yeah, because we don't do that shit.
Yeah, we're in business. We're businessmen.
We're there to perform a job.
Yeah, we're there to
You wave at people
handle,
at your job?
handle our
No.
business.
So did you guys handle your business?
No.
You did.
D. Martini railed right past us in the first corner. He went high, I went low, and she went right between us. Gone.
I think I had 3 tires off the ground there in turn 1.
Oh,
on lap
really?
1, yeah. The only tire touching the ground was the right front.
I thought I had
The
a...
right front.
Yeah, I went in there and was like,
Did you see Hayden Klein? in
no,
the-
I missed that.
Oh
What
my
happened there?
God. Just got a little tight in 3 and 4, And because of the shape of might have been because of the shape of the track, he rode on like his right front tire from the mid apex of 3 and 4 all the way to the wall. Like,
so, yeah.
So you think you're gonna save it? Like maybe he was doing it on purpose. I don't know. Like
Joey
he was doing
Chitwood?
some sort of trick.
Did you feel like you were on the right front through 3 and 4? I just felt like the car was like this every lap. Does that look like I'm on my right front?
Yeah. I didn't feel like that.
Okay.
Like for the main event or all day?
All night, and then really in the main event. The track I thought was kind of sort of going away. Not like dry slick, holy shit, Placerville. But it didn't race like that to me.
We were definitely losing traction in the center of the corner. It was getting slick, but I was super tight getting into the corner.
Yeah.
So, like, I needed my wing back to get grip off the corner, but I couldn't turn going into the corner, so I needed the wing all the way forward.
And then you should just back and forth, back and forth, back
I
and
should
forth.
have done it. Dang it.
I was back there slap-dicking around, trying to figure shit out. I missed. I did a really good job of avoiding a couple big clobber knockers.
Clobber knockers?
Clobber knockers.
By the third one, I wasn't avoiding it. I got caught up in it.
It didn't look that bad though.
No, but it broke the frame, so yeah.
No bueno.
Oh,
Way
well.
to celebrate your championship with a broken frame. Don't worry, you get one at the banquet.
Yeah, I do win one. Because RMI gives a free car away at the banquet.
So we're sitting by Paul, and Gary announces, "Yep, Andy Forsberg, all he had to do was kind of show up tonight, so he wins the RMI challenge. He'll get $20,000. I look over at Paul, I said, "Isn't it good to be a car owner?" He goes, "Yeah." He says, like, free money. And then that red happened, and he said, "Frames broke." I said, "Isn't it good to be a car owner?"
I don't know about...
There's some highs and lows
I'm
during one race.
How did you
not
find
sure.
out the frame was broke already?
Text
We
message.
text.
Kelly.
I did.
Did
I was pissed. Mark,
Did you see the for sale sign on our trailer tonight?
I did see that. Apparently, I'm buying your trailer to go go-kart racing.
That would be fine with me.
That's not happening.
So your trailer's trying to get it to go bye-bye.
Trailer's gone.
Are you for sale too?
I'm always for sale. I'll take the lowest offer. Yeah, Paul's stepping his game up. We're gonna have a pretty cool trailer next year.
Brand new.
And you don't have to bring your swamp coolers.
No, it's gonna have air conditioning and it's gonna have the fancy NASCAR doors in it.
Nobody's gonna want to leave the trailer. Your whole crew's gonna be inside. Like,
Me too.
Do I have to go outside and work on the car?
Me too. I
Maybe
hope you
we'll
race
work-
at the same place as
We ought to
him.
work on the car in the trailer. We will set that standard.
Oh.
You're gonna pull it in.
Yeah. Pull it in, shut the door. Nobody will know what we're doing.
You better get some skinnier.
They ain't doing anything.
They're
They're just staying cool.
Yeah. I think that's something we're gonna try next year.
Perfect. I love it.
But use someone else's flow account. You hook onto your flow account, and we lost flow out here.
I thought we had our own flow accounts. I'm sorry, Candace, that I screwed up your flow tonight.
She goes, "What the hell is going on right now?"
You guys aren't gonna do two separate
Well,
full
let's
accounts.
talk about your racing though. So, I started running your line. I finally figured out like I'm gonna go up there and kind of air this thing out a little bit. You know, spread my wings, can maybe loosen this car up by making big old circles.
Yeah.
And I felt okay up there, but I mean,
Were
I
you-
didn't realize when I crashed, it was like only lap 6. I felt like we'd been out there for 40 laps.
You had been,
Scott said we went 77 today.
and their
So yellow and
fuel
green
cutoff
5
was
laps,
going to be 80.
77.
How much fuel did you guys have left?
I don't know if we even checked.
You should check that stuff.
Nobody cared.
That's intel. You need that intel.
You do. Yeah. Maybe
So-
check it when he gets home.
You started railing people though.
Yeah. Early, everybody was kind of going to the bottom.
Cheating.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
I
you do
just
when you're too tight. You just go to the bottom.
went to the top 3 and 4 and was able to get around guys or get a run and cut down under them and get by them on the bottom 1 and 2. So
Which that has never happened here before in April. We all just kind of ran the bottom and held on for dear life.
yeah,
So I felt like the track was fun in the main.
it for sure was. And so when we were watching we weren't here for the Outlaw show. We were just watching at home. But like Buddy Kofoy, like he was kind of like one of the only cars to be able to hug the bottom of turn 4 coming off, because like just the way it's shaped, you set for the bottom, but it just kind of drifts you up the track like towards the wall. But he was able just to get it to pivot and get off really low, and I was able to do that, so I did get a couple guys doing that, especially like on a restart. Like,
Oh, Dan Monhoff is watching. Check your fuel tomorrow, Dan. We're curious how much fuel you had in your tank at the end.
home already. Did you make it home already? Woodland?
Typically, I feel like I have the answers. Like, I've done this long enough to where I kind of say, well, we probably should do this, do that. I don't really know what they should do to the track to make it more standardized. Like, do you think it's just a banking issue in 3 and 4?
I think so. Like, if you like stand down at the bottom of the track and just kind of look, it's just, there's not, like, you typically want some sort of consistent banking, but sometimes it's just like, oh, banking there, then it kind of flattens out, and then it kind of rolls up at the very top. Like, it,
Dan
I don't
is
know.
home.
It's just weird.
Drop
Dan.
What do you think about, what if they moved the straightaway against the wall? That would kind of widen things out a little bit. I thought about that. I'm out there kind of looking.
That back straightaway?
Yeah, if we raced against the wall.
Yeah.
That would give us another 14-ish feet, I would guess. It's kind of like a water truck road now. I'm not saying we need to be up there. I'm thinking of like options to maybe, because the entry of turn 3 is so, like you say, you don't enter 1 the same as you enter 3, which I guess is
Right.
okay. You don't have to be the same at both
Right,
sides.
right.
But there is something quirky about it. And I can't pinpoint it.
And I wonder if it wasn't so juiced up early on, because the high line didn't get very high on entry. So like you would set for the high line getting into turn 3, and it was only the middle of the track. Like, we still had a ton more track to kind of, if that was worked in, maybe that would sit a little better. I don't know. But yeah, it was interesting.
I'm yawning and it's only 10:35.
It's not 10:35 yet. He's talking about daylight savings
Yeah,
time.
don't forget to turn your clocks back.
We don't have to anymore. It's on our phones.
Oh.
It does it for us.
Okay, so you drove up to 3rd.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I did have to apologize to TK. There was one restart where I started on the bottom and I was all excited. I'm gonna do good.
Are you in like row 2 at this point?
I
or
was in row
3?
3, so I was 5th. He was 4th, and then got a decent start, and then set for turn 1, and it just pushed like a dump truck. And I'm cussing at myself. I'm like, darn it! Gosh darn it!
Oh, darn it. Oh, boy, I
Man!
keep cussing.
And then I'm pushing up the track, and then I'm like, oh, Tim's right there! So, like, I get on the brakes, and, like, gave him some room, because I saw him last second, but he's up on the curb, and then we kind of get away from each other down the back straightaway, and I think, okay, like, I cleared him, we're fine. And I go to run the high line. He comes railing in the high line higher than me, and I'm like, oh, he's
Showing
there
you
again.
what's up.
Yes.
Showing you what's up.
So I try to steer off him there too, but I basically drove him off the track. So
Oh, what a dick.
I know, but I apologize. But that put me into 4th, and then I think it was Brasty was in 3rd, and like I felt we were better than him, and then he just kept drifting up in 1 and 2, and then I thought he spun completely out. Like, he got completely sideways in turn 2, and like one of those where you lift up for the tires, right? I lifted this way, so I didn't.
That doesn't work that way.
I didn't hit him. I lifted this way. I'm like, oh, I'm clear. But I'm, all the time when you thought you saw somebody spin out, so you're like, all right, yellow's coming out, so you kind of backed off. Yellow didn't come out next corner. I'm like, oh, I still gotta go.
I think I know what was wrong with them. They, did you ever look at their brakes failure at Trophy Cup?
No.
We were parked next to them.
No.
They had the same thing happen again tonight. So there's
no way.
Yeah, it keeps breaking off the radio mount. So the mount that holds the caliper on the rear end keeps snapping off.
Jeez.
So once that happens, your whole caliper rips off. You have no brakes. So they, when you break the first radio mount, you might think, oh, maybe it was old. Maybe
Sure.
somebody didn't check a nut. You know, you don't know.
Yeah.
But when you put another one on and it breaks the very next race, something's going haywire with the brake
Right.
system. And it's probably, for some reason, something's gripping too hard and it's just ripping the whole system off. So that's what was going on with the X1.
Yikes.
That's your intel.
Crazy. Yeah.
Um,
so drove it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Started 11th, drove it up
Cool.
to 3rd. It was pretty cool.
we were back in our trailer, licking our wounds, and
Collecting your checks.
you
And
know,
your
so
food
now we have to
checks.
begrudgingly go to the front stretch because we won the championship by finishing dead last. So yay! But then when we saw on Race Monitor that you finished 3rd, it was like, well, that's cool. My buddy's up there.
Aw, yeah.
So it was fun to be up there with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you even gave me a shout out on the microphone.
Because you're going to have campsite bragging rights because you beat me.
Yeah, your car owner says I get. So this is the last time we're camping together
No.
for
And racing.
us racing. So I got bragging rights from now until next year, till the start of next year. So this is great for me. It's going to be a great year.
Great winner.
Great
off
winner.
season. Off season.
Yeah, I like it. But it's funny. I got the bragging rights, but he's got this big ass check and this trophy we had to give back to the promoters.
I think that's one of my. Oh, speaking of trophies, hand me that one over there. This is my
You
favorite.
got another trophy?
Yeah, that one's the cool trophy.
Was that the Jägermeister?
Look at this big check.
There's nothing cooler than a big fake check.
Big fake check. 2024 champion, Andy Forsberg.
So-
Championship number 28.
Yeah, 28 times I've won a championship. So this is my Jägermeister trophy for the fast time, Car Wash Mike fast time at the Broadway. They have a trophy that is perpetual, and you have to give it back each year. But my buddy Paul, who knew I was pretty good buddies with Car Wash Mike,
Aw.
got me my own
Aw,
permanent
that is
Amazing.
great.
trophy.
I love it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, Car Wash Mike, for some reason, liked to drink this stuff.
Ugh.
And I think Cannon, you were the Jägermeister guy for a while.
Got you a shot. You ready?
No, God,
Jesus.
this it's like
Black licorice.
it's black and I hate licorice, and I hate black licorice is even grosser.
Somebody made me do a
But,
pickleback, and that was actually all right.
Pickleback.
It sounds disgusting. It's Jägermeister.
No,
Oh.
it's not.
Yes.
Ugh.
It's whiskey.
That's not. No. That's,
Yes, it is.
Somebody gave me Jägermeister with mine.
Well, they tricked you then.
No.
Because I'll take a pickleback.
Are you sure pickleback isn't just a pickle?
It was pickle juice with a Jägermeister shot.
No, it's whiskey.
Hey,
And
You talk
Wait a
to
minute.
Miss Kristen.
I will.
Jacob Perkins is watching.
Good.
Did anybody notice that the main event for the NARC race went 31 laps?
Uh-oh.
Jacob, did you notice that?
Are you serious?
I'm dead as fucking serious as a heart attack.
Does that change it?
I did too.
Does that change
No,
anything?
no, it
That
didn't change anything. But yeah, so they went 31 laps.
Uh-oh, Jacob.
What happened there? Wow.
So back to this real quick.
Jameson
Not-
and pickle juice.
Not
See, it's
very
no
many
danger.
trophies stay in my house because
Jeez.
Candace is mean. She rules with an iron fist and she doesn't like any of my race crap memorabilia.
What? Your whole house is your race crap.
One room.
It's a
What?
It's a shrine
One
in your
room.
house.
Just one
One
room. There's
room?
the Andy room. This is gonna stay in the house.
All your
Hey.
other trophies are in the living room, too.
We're not even. This is staying in the house during Christmas too.
We're going to put garland around it.
No. Sorry.
We can. We
So
can,
yeah,
we can Christmas
apparently there was a malfunction at the junction between what the flagman didn't hear or should have heard, and when it was supposed to be white flag. The white flag didn't come out. Now we're not talking Gold Cup. We didn't go 4 extra laps. We just went 1 extra lap.
And he
tonight.
never threw a flag that race.
Eventually, the racers that Gold Cup that 1 year just said, "We know the race is over," and they just all stopped.
Yeah.
Don never threw the checker.
Yeah.
This is when Jonathan won the Gold Cup.
Yeah, I got
But
third.
up. Everyone just ran out of fuel.
did you? No, explain that. Do you remember? Like, did you know the race was over?
No. Like, and
You're a scoreboard guy.
right. So I'm looking and I'm like, I feel like it should be over. And we went like 4 more laps, and then finally, like, Hess got on the guys' race is over. And then we just like
After he threw a pin at me, probably.
yeah,
Should
he
have thrown
tried-
it at
yeah.
the flagman. But yeah, so they did
But
go
he never
an
threw a
extra
flag.
lap. God, I mean, things were so dramatic in that main
That
event.
was so fun to watch, that A main event. Like, it was pretty cool. We got done. They had the Legends race for us. So,
Legends of Kearney Bowl.
Right,
The
so
old
we
timer cars.
had some time to kind of like get in your street clothes and get up in the stands, but like just the drama of everything. TK was like the man, like nobody had anything for TK, and then all of a sudden there's a red, and then he's got a flat tire, and it's like, oh, that drama is just piling up on top of an.
The 2-point leaders
Yes.
are right on his ass.
It was just so fun.
TK's kind of found like resurgence in that zero car. Like they got the combination, and I mean, I don't know what's going on over there, but I do see Ashley at the races.
Ashley's been there
a lot more
every
now.
race, yeah.
Yeah. So Ashley's the guy that used to take care of the zero car when Dennis Moore drove it, Peter, Jonathan,
Yeah.
and then Ashley took over the trash business for Maury, and I think the race team kind of was not his priority anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
But now Ashley's coming around. The zero car seems to find a little more speed. Tim's been freaking fast as shit in it.
Yeah.
And he was going to win the night
Yeah.
until he ran over your battery and cut his tire down.
Did you go and apologize again?
I need to apologize.
Gosh,
again,
yeah, you
TK.
dicked
Sorry.
him up a couple times
God.
tonight.
Sorry, TK. Love you, bud.
We were watching, and Candace said, we were saying, we're like, man, if you are a sprint car fan, I don't care who you were rooting for, that was
Yeah.
a badass race. Like,
The
it was like,
crowd
whoa, because
Like,
then someone's
and-
going to flip, and then they're not going to flip, and then
Had our
now the
buddy-
leader's got a flat tire, and
had our
then,
buddy
oh my
Troy on the microphone,
Yep.
and GT was up there, so they were playing into it. And then it's like to sit in the stands and then to say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're under red, but we are hearing that TK's tire is going low," and the whole crowd's like, "Oh my god!" And everybody's talking to their friends, and like hands are going up. Like,
So are you
couldn't believe
saying
it.
that it was a little better than the mini dwarf race last night at Mojave?
No, that was intense. Like, that was super fun.
You
to
didn't
watch.
know if they were ever going to complete a lap, so that was like mystery. This was like, will his tire hold or not?
You know,
I mean,
there's talk of us being a
whatever.
promoter, so I'm trying to figure out what what it takes to entertain a crowd. Mini dwarfs or the stuff we had tonight.
It's like Mario Kart. Throw batteries out on the track and you pop people's tires.
It was like a banana peel.
Sean was
took the
trying
banana
to
peel out.
promote by throwing batteries out
Yeah.
to make more excitement.
Mm.
Jacob is radio silence.
Jacob
I would be
turned
too.
off. He turned
Yeah,
off
I
his-
would
He doesn't
turn
want to
off.
talk
Not
about
watching
it.
anymore.
What happened, Jacob?
So TK gets a flat tire or blows the tire out with like 3 to go.
It's like 10 to go.
Well, no, he raced on a low tire, but then it blew
Yeah, the
out.
restart was 10 to go.
Yeah. And like
And he held on.
Yeah,
he held on, did a great job, and then he actually got by a lapper, and
he was driving away from him.
Yeah.
just very crafty,
Justin
like
Colbert
not
trying to
entering
battle.
up exactly
It
on the
almost
curve.
was like his low tire pressure was helping him there.
Maybe definitely it was. I think it probably was helping in 1 and 2.
It looked like it
he
got
was getting
slick.
tight in 3 and 4 for sure, but like he was crafty and like maneuvering it pretty well, and he got by a lapper, and then there was like 4 laps to go. I'm like, I think he's gonna hold on, and then it was like right when I thought that, all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's way off the pace now. It didn't completely blow off, but like it must have pulled off the beat or something.
You typically only get 7 to 10 laps on a really low tire, and they're gonna fail. They're whether they blow up to pieces or they just tear up so bad that the air seeps out. But yeah, that was asking a lot to go. Was it 10 to go? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it's 10 to
10
go on your guys'
10
restart.
to go
or on
with a
that
low
restart.
tire. You're holding your breath.
So then another thing for championship and all this drama. So yeah, poor Cole like has no idea like how to handle this. Like you
He's
see
trying
this
to
guy
drove
that's
up on
gonna
him,
break. He gets by him, but doesn't have that good of a run. And then Sanders comes out of nowhere, throws a dive bomb, slides him for the lead. Crowd's going crazy. Well, TK takes a hard right just off the track and like leaves.
Yeah.
Like a lot of other people just would have stopped, like caused a yellow, like he let that race go. Like that would have changed everything, because that pass that Sanders did wouldn't have counted if he stopped. Like, that was
So
huge.
If Sanders won, excuse me, if Macedo would have, let's say, got the lead back,
Mm-hmm. And Sanders got second.
Macedo wins.
They
Sanders
tie.
runs P2.
Yeah.
They tie.
They tie in points.
But then they
Then
had the
Cole-
same amount of wins, right?
Right.
So then it went to quick times.
Yes.
What the hell just happened here? Balloons and
There's
shit were flying
balloons.
everywhere. So Macedo would have won the championship.
Yes.
With the
Oh,
tiebreaker.
Jason
Yeah.
said Jacob's driving. You can talk for him, Jason. That's all right. We want to hear what he has to say. He's talking.
He said he yelled white flag when it was supposed to. And
You know what's crazy is
didn't hear it.
Ed at Trophy Cup, I will tell you, he's got that flag in his hand before we tell him white flag next lap. It's a weird thing when we call it. Like, it doesn't really make sense. So on our screen, if you're running a 10-lap heat race, when we have 7 laps to go and you guys are coming out of turn 4, that's when we say white flag next lap, which doesn't make sense number-wise. But when you guys are coming, you're going to cross for 8. So then the next lap is going to be crossing for 9, but we say it at 7. So
Oh,
it's
you're
like,
confusing me.
I know.
Well,
You
With
know what?
3
they-
to go.
I feel like it
we
possible
say
they
white
used
flag
to
next
click
lap.
the white light. Do you remember the white light? There was like a light bulb.
There
Yes.
was a switch. Yeah.
Silver Dollar used to have that
Okay,
too.
so I remember when I would see the white light, that was like 2 laps to go.
When I was a
But
kid.
Ed's always ready for it, so he has a scoreboard. I'm surprised. Oh, he can't see the scoreboard.
No.
Never mind. It's
by his white flag, like, because I learned that as
Uh-huh.
a kid watching the races with my dad, and
Grass
yeah.
Valley was the same way. They had a white light, and the flagman would signal up
let
to
you know.
the
that's funny. All
right,
cool
well,
things
that's
you
it.
like to
well,
see.
they do like when we
race
call
season's over.
when we call white flag for the flagman, they put their green up in the air
to let you
to
know
say,
that I heard, it.
you."
Huh. Maybe he didn't hear because we don't run goddamn mufflers here. Jesus Christ, it's
But
so
it
loud.
was so exciting. Maybe it was like he was not. I don't know.
You
But
know-
he doesn't have a scoreboard.
I mean, I'm not bitching about this, but
He wears
we
mufflers.
were.
Right. Oh,
Did you run your mufflers,
runs
Mike?
mufflers.
Yeah,
We ran Schoenfeld's. We were parked in the middle of Cadence Raleigh and Bloomfield, and both of them were having motor problems at one point. And so they're over there tuning on their motors. And when these motors don't have mufflers on them, you don't barely even need to start, like, push the throttle down, and it's loud as effing
Yeah.
loud as fuck. And they're both on both sides of us. Ram, 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 ram. It's like, oh my God, we need mufflers on these cars.
No, it's so loud.
It is loud.
Like, yeah, it's hard for me to
It's a
handle when
different
I'm on
sound.
the track.
But we're the only state, right, that runs
And they
mufflers.
have a really good PA system. If they had mufflers on her, you could hear what the announcers were saying.
That's true. Yeah, like when the race is going, like I can't hear what Troy or GT are just talking about.
I think we could get away with running Schoenfelds here. Just let's all run Schoenfelds. We don't need to be open exhaust. Tony said he loves open exhaust.
My buddy Aaron used to race go-karts with me, and then he helped Statler out for years. Like, he came, and he lives in Stockton, so he came and he said, "Oh man, all these cars sound super sexy with no mufflers, except for yours." Yeah, I got my mufflers on.
Yeah, mine sounds
So,
nice.
so maybe the fans just like it.
Well, I tell you who didn't like it was Tony Hunt and his wife and his family. He was like, "What?" He goes, "I was bringing out the Thunder Sticks to give out to the kids."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Man, if you had earplugs in there, you'd be the most popular guy here." I'm like, "Oh, you don't like open mufflers?" He goes, "I had no idea it was open mufflers." So yeah, him and his whole family wanted earplugs.
And the way, I don't know if it's the way it echoes and the...
It reverberates.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Remember, we thought the same thing at Hanford when we sat up there in the grandstands. A couple
Oh,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
That was with Schoenfelds, let
Yeah.
alone open.
But,
Okay.
but we are getting old, so...
It's got to be enjoyable though, and that there might be a handful of people that dig it, but it's still got to be an enjoyable product. I'm going to keep going back to having an enjoyable product. We got to keep up with the times, and it is loud.
Does it do anything for horsepower?
I guess. I mean,
I think they say it does.
but it goes back to my theory: if we're all open, then nobody gained anything, right?
Right.
But it screws up your weight. Typically, somebody's too light because they didn't calibrate the weight right. Because the Schoenfelds are like 30 pounds compared to open exhaust.
Oh, it adds 30 pounds to your car?
The mufflers are heavy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know it is. So that's the one positive about running the Schoenfelds or open exhaust is your headers aren't getting beat to shit, because that's a lot of weight hanging on them headers, man.
Yeah.
You drive next to somebody and they don't have them clamped down to the Nerf bar, and that header is just freaking flexing and bouncing.
So on Silva's car, like he has the mufflers like pointing up.
The old school tilt ups, yep.
But when they go to tracks that don't require that, is it just out the back? Like
No, he had open
he
exhaust.
has them pointing
yeah,
up. So how
absolutely.
much louder is that for the Kyle?
Well, we ran the midgets. Weren't those didn't you feel those were super loud? Those midgets have
the
like
mufflers right by your
mufflers come
ear.
out, yeah. And like sometimes if there's a red or something, it's like I'll stick my hand out like, hey, stop. I
Burn
did
your
that
hand?
one time in a midget. It's like, oh, don't do that
You
anymore.
dumb spare car guys. All the
That's
midget
hot.
guys are probably going, hey, did you see Becker stick his hand on the fire?
On the
Spare
fire.
car guy. Okay, that's it.
Andy,
I'm gonna come back down here next weekend, but I mean, yeah, racing season came and went. Here we are, the last race of the year, basically. Other than a fluke, one more race next weekend.
well, there's still more racing. There's a race in Tulare, there's a race in
yeah.
Merced.
But we're done.
I'm done.
Well, you're
not
You're
done.
going red. You're going go kart.
Go kart racing.
Yeah, it's winter season, go-kart racing time. I'm going
So
to
are
a
you
real
you're
race
interested in
track.
buying my trailer? That'd be a perfect go kart trailer for
We
you.
have a go kart trailer.
Oh, this one's nicer though. It's bigger. It's got my name on it too.
It has to come with your name?
We
I
have,
wonder if Paul's gonna
we
read.
have $5. Will you take $5 for it?
No,
Oh,
actually, I
that's
meant
what
to
you
ask
gave
Paul
Travis
this.
for something.
So Paul has all of his company vehicles wrapped, and then after a while he sells them off. So he did have one rewrapped just in white, and he was going to see if that helped the sale price, and if it offset rewrapping it. I wondered if he would rewrap our trailer just white, because our trailer is pretty aggressive to the Andy Forsberg dude. So whoever buys that trailer is going to have to do something if we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, PHR Paul, he's stepping his game up. He bought a nice fancy trailer.
I thought you were
Now-
retiring now.
Well, now I was going to say, now he needs to find a nice fancy driver to run in the trailer. What are we doing with that? Have we found a driver yet?
You're it. That's
Yeah,
what I heard tonight.
I heard, yeah, because like the last I
What'd he
heard, there
say?
was like 3 tracks you were going to. Now apparently you're going to way more
No,
tracks.
I'm not.
That's
Make
what
up
we
your
heard.
mind.
Okay, Placerville, Marysville, Chico, Petaluma, Stockton, and I'll go to Antioch. That's 6 tracks.
Antioch.
Okay,
Antioch is
Okay, wait a
fine.
minute.
It's just a shithole.
wait a minute. 5 years ago, you would never
You said,
step
"I'm
foot
never
back in
coming
that
back."
place
New
again.
promoters went in there and they did their due diligence and they made it better.
I heard there's
Effort.
a new promoter at Roseburg next year, so that'll be good for you.
No, I don't like that track.
But it's a new promoter.
No, I never minded Antioch the racetrack. I just minded how it was ran. It was
And
it
Trophy
was
Cup's
no
going
effort.
to be handled by someone different next year, so
Antioch
it's different.
had no effort.
So
They
now
didn't
Tulari's
give a
back
shit,
in, Brian. We're good.
And they ran it like a Nazi prison camp. It was
Roseburg's
bullshit,
back
and
in.
I didn't like
Tulari's
going
back
there.
in.
It's not like that anymore.
Oregon
So
Speedway.
I'll go back there.
yeah,
Cottage
Oregon
Grove is
Speedway.
fine.
Coos
Alexi,
Bay.
I'm getting drama.
You love Coos Bay.
No Coos Bay.
I thought you said you loved that track.
No.
It was shaped perfect.
You know what I love
That's what
about?
you said.
You know what I don't love about Coos Bay is having a K rail all the way around it that you could land on top of with your roll cage.
Their concessions are the best concessions.
Well, that is true.
I've ever
So you
been
want
at.
to do it for the fans?
No, I don't care about the fans.
No, we just cared about the fans 5 minutes ago.
No, we
You
don't.
said you did.
Yes, you did.
Not at Coos Bay. I care about my health and safety at Coos Bay. And you can make that argument about Petaluma too. I know people complain about you driving through that fence, and have a splinter go through your car. I mean, that could happen.
It's really funny because that stuff that stuff never bothers me. Like,
Hey.
people come and talk about Petaluma, you talk about Coos Bay, like, I didn't notice that. When we first started racing here, like, you were the first of many that pointed out the same thing, like, that's sketchy as hell. We got the pump house over there. It's not blocked off.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it. It's a
There's a
racetrack. I'm
theory
just racing.
on race cars. If there's something stupid for it to do, it will eventually find a way to do it. And that's, now that you say that, I actually think they need to add some tire barriers on the wall on the backstretch, kind of coming off of turn 2.
Oh, really?
Here.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
notice.
you could end up over the edge, kind of like the foam blocks at Chico. Yeah, that to me is a core point.
Just put U tires all the way around.
Uke tires? There was a racetrack in Sacramento that ran like 3 races that did have a tire wall.
Oh God.
It was made out of tires.
Oh no.
Yeah. He hit it and tipped over.
Tipped your ass over.
It was like a rubber wall. Like you'd hit it and it would go.
Because I assaulted the virgin.
You assaulted a virgin?
Down there.
So yeah, when West Capitol closed down, they opened up a track at the Sac Raceway.
That's a super turtle right
But-
there.
Super turtle.
They used like go-kart track permits, and they actually built a 1/4-mile track, and they built it with tire walls. The wall was made out of stacked tires, and then he was the first one to tip over at the very first race, and he was on the cover of Racing Wheels, and it said Forsberg assaults virgin track. Yeah. Racing Wheels was a big deal back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
That's great.
I actually might even have. Let me see.
I was gonna say, do you
Philip,
still
I
have
might
a
have that
copy of
picture on my
that?
phone.
You just have the picture.
Let's see.
Oh,
here.
That's
super
I need to get my
amazing.
glasses out. Let's see
Assaulting
here. Dude, no, I don't
virgins.
want that.
Man.
It was good, too.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh.
Just took a turn.
Yeah, your battery is going low. Let's see. You know how when you're looking for a picture on your phone and you
Can
just
never
can't
find it.
it? I normally I always have cool pictures on my phone of stupid shit. All right, well, good job on 3rd place tonight.
Good job on championship number 89.
Let's see. So, oh, here it is. Let's see.
Oh no.
Nope.
God damn it! Where'd it go? There it is.
Bottom corner. Be right for you, bottom right corner. Oh my God.
That was the cover of Racing Wheels in 1980. And you can see the tire wall.
Good job.
See them all stacked up there?
Oh, Richard.
He gets so excited like a little kid at Christmas.
Look at my dad.
But
He
look
assaulted a
at what's
virgin.
funny. In the background, somebody's got a wing on their trailer, but it was a non-wing race.
Oh.
Back when men ran without a wing.
Good times.
NARC used to run without a wing, and then some of the tracks ran a wing show, and some of them were non-wing.
But
People
all
would-
for NARC.
What's
So,
that?
Like it was all NARC.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Some were wing and some were non-wing.
Yeah, like they would
We
run.
showed up at Baylands. It was supposed to be a non-wing race, and they decided to have a wing race. Bob Nielsen, screw it. He showed up without a wing there. Somebody wanted to let him. Nope. He didn't even run.
So yeah,
Interesting.
you ran NARC races at Santa Maria without a wing and with a wing,
Yeah.
and then by '85, Calistoga was the last track. That was the only track that NARC ran without wings. And then by '86, they put wings on Calistoga, and every NARC race was a wing race.
Found out how good our motors weren't.
So that's that. We've
Hey,
yacked
Tanner
enough.
Kirk's watching. Good job, Tanner, tonight.
Yeah, a second and
Second.
like maybe 4th or something.
Really?
Or 3rd? No, 4th.
Man, that's a lot of work. Them guys running 2 cars out of 1 trailer.
No kidding.
Like, I always say that double duty for like Sanders. Say tonight. He ran the 2X and the 4SA. It's 2 separate entities.
Right.
But like Bloomfield, Netto,
TK.
the Zero, the 83T, those guys that have 1 crew and 1 trailer.
Yeah.
That's just the start.
Woo!
The warm
A lot of work.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Because you're watching one race, but then you got to go get the other car ready for the second race.
You don't
and
even really
you're
get to
not
watch.
really watching
Yeah,
because you're prepping for the
You're
next
kind of
one.
behind the whole night. It's not the most fun thing to do, but yet a lot of us do it.
No, it feels good.
Because we're dumb drivers.
Dumb drivers.
Gotta eat this cake.
All right. Well,
Right.
I'm gonna give Tony an A for effort. I thought the track was much improved. It made strides.
There's something weird about the materials still. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah. It's. I think a lot of it is that freaking horse track sand is.
Yeah.
Is that what that sand pile is for?
Well,
They're like integrating it?
Well, I don't think they're integrated. I think it's just we've contaminated it for so many years.
Yeah.
We've been here for 10 years now, and we just drag that shit out there. I mean, it's
like crumbly stuff. Like, I mean, we were wheel packing and we were kicking up a lot of stuff, but it just kind of falls off your car. It just in clumps.
It is an interesting material.
Yeah.
It's just dirty. So.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we'll do Shark Tales at the Hangtown 100. We're
Yeah.
going to that. We'll make
be
fun
there.
of all the midget brats.
Yeah. Can't wait.
I'm gonna call RMI and recommend that
Hopefully it
they
doesn't rain.
bring some go-karts or something as a filler class.
Yeah, they'll run in the infield.
That'd be the perfect track for
Me
them.
and-
No, they can just run the whole thing.
Me and Tony Hunt
Placerville?
were talking about that tonight, kind of making fun of it. So, okay, that's it. Turn it off.
Okay, bye.